You met on a blind date, which led to second sight. Before you knew what hit you, you asked for her hand and other parts in marriage. On that hand, you placed a beautiful, apple-shaped 2-bits zirconia. You've been in love and lust with the same woman for over 40 years. If she ever finds out who that woman is, you're a dead man. These are some of the little bits and pieces based on the bits and pieces that I was given off of a questionnaire that I send out to people. And I'd also give a couple of toasts, like, may the rest of your life be like an Italian bread, long, healthy, and full of dough. May the only pains you and your loved ones share together for the rest of your life, other than childbirth pains, be champagnes. May the happiest days of your past be the saddest days of your future. These are the things that I put into the program, along with jokes that I added. For example, if I did a party for an Italian man or man and woman, I would say things like, did you know that donuts backwards is stunad? If they were Jewish, I would say, do you know what treif is? They'd say, yeah. Treif is the Jewish words for, or the Jewish word, I should say, for non-kosher. And I would say, no, treif backwards is fart. And that's what it's all about. And I did all this normally. People thought that I might have been on drugs. I mean, I tried snorting coke, but I got the bottle stuck in my nose. It wasn't easy. Threw in a lot of humor. Hopefully I'm still doing that right now. Things like a friend of mine has been married 3 times, I would say, to the couple celebrating. His first wife died from eating poison mushrooms. His second wife died from eating poison mushrooms. His third wife died from a brain concussion. Wouldn't eat the poison mushrooms. And as you can see, this is the kind of material that we threw into the mix. When I say we, it's always, I'm talking about me. There was nobody else doing what I did at that point. It was a roast toast that I did. And again, the impersonations, like Willie Nelson and Julio Iglesias. Willie and Julio would sound something like this. I've got this guitar and this plaid shirt because the next person, the next 2 I want to do, one of them, who is a country western idol, usually dresses like this. I don't have a ponytail, but I figured I'd just grab one of the guitars lying around here off the stage and put the shirt on. I'm going to do the most popular song that was ever done, I believe, by 2 individuals who in their own right were doing very nicely. Number 1, of course, Willie Nelson, who's still traveling around the country. I believe he's about 71 years old now. Julio Iglesias, which in English is Julie Churches, this week announced that he's getting married to the lady he's been with for 20 years, had 5 children with. He has 3 other children. I don't know who he had those with. One of them, of course, is Enrique Iglesias, very successful in his own right. And I'm just going to do a little bit of the song with a few, parody moments in it, if you will. I'm not going to sing the exact lyrics, and I don't know how to play this guitar. But I got it. It's a prop. I always try to throw props into my presentations. And so it goes like this. To all the girls we loved before, we loved them on the walls and floor. We're glad they came along, and came along, and came along. To all the girls we loved before. Hope you like that. So, what happened from there? Well, I added, I subtracted, changed a little here and there. One day I did a party, and Malzy Lawrence was a guest at the party. He came over to me afterwards, and he said to me, "Wow, you got a great gig. That is a terrific routine you just did for my friend." This was in Port Washington, Long Island, New York. And I thanked him. I didn't have a chance to tell him about what we had in common, which is, of course, the fact that we were both in the All-Army Entertainment Contest. Hopefully he'll get to see me on YouTube, and he'll find out all about it. At the end of my performance, I did a special parody that left everybody limp. I mean, the guest of honor, he could have been 6'8" and 260 pounds. He'd be crying like a baby when I finished this particular song. Here's a song that I do at the end of any party that I do, any private party. And it's got to be a private party. Don't want anybody else there that doesn't know the guest of honor or guests of honor. And if you can picture, I'm taking the chair now, the stool, moving it here. Picture a gentleman is seated here. He has no idea I'm coming out with all kinds of information on him. And at the end of my presentation, I am going to sing him a very special song. And at the end of the song, and I'll make it seem like I'm doing that, I reach, shake hands with the individual, and get them up from the stool. It has a tremendous effect. And above all, even though I'm not hurtful when I do what I do, most important at this point is the fact that I make them feel so special at the end that they're not going to follow me out to my car, break my windshield, slash my tires, or whatever. But the parody is of the song My Way, written by Paul Anka. Actually, he translated it from the French. He's a French-Canadian, Paul Anka. A lot of us from my generation remember songs like Put Your Head on My Shoulder and Diana. He was, as short as he was big, big. He gave the song to Sinatra, and truthfully, I like his version of the song better than Sinatra. I hope I don't make any enemies out there over it, but he deserves the kind of accolades he gets for singing the song My Way. My parody is called 'Cause You Do It Your Way. Again, imagine George Clooney sitting right here. And now the time is here for me to sing one special thank you from friends, from family. What can they say? They just admire you. You've been here just 60 years, filled with some joy, filled with some fears, and now they say thank you, 'cause you do it your way. Regrets, you've had a few, but they all hope too few to speak of. You did what you had to do, 'cause you're a man, that's what you're made of. You walked a zigzag course with ups and downs along the movie actor's highway. Now they say thank you, 'cause you do it your way. Yes, there were times your friends all knew when you did more than you had to do, but you're a friend, a special one. You could have turned, you could have run, but your record shows You blew their nose and helped them your way. You've loved, you've laughed, you've cried. You've had your fill, your share of giving. Now, as fears subside, they wish you long, long healthy living. To think what might have been, I'm sure you'll say, no thank you, God bless you, George their friend, 'cause you do it your way. And what is a friend? What has he got? If not love and respect, then he has not to do the job the best he can and walk real tall, just like a man. You face them all and you stand tall, 'cause you do it your way. Thank you, George. Very nice. You want to sit? Go ahead. So that's what I do.